it's time for the end of year recap. And I am really excited to do this video because it is literally one more day in 2023 and a lot has happened in 2023. And I just want to reflect. And this is more so documentation for me. This is also documentation for anyone else that's watching me in my journey so that you can kind of just see how all of this stuff is just unraveling, how everything is unfolding. And I have a lot that I want to cover today. So this year was a doozy. In short, this year was a doozy, but it was also really, really good. And I want to talk about all of those different things today. So a couple things that I'm going to talk about in this video are some 2023 highlights for me and my business, the truth about what happened in 2023. I'm also going to do a quarter four recap. So if you're new to my channel, every quarter I have been doing a recap of what's going on with my channel, what's going on with my business, what's going on with me. So I'm going to do a recap of quarter four. I'm also going to talk about my goals for 2024 and my quarter one goals. So this video going to probably be a little lengthy depending on everything that I get to talk about. But I'm going to try to keep it short and cute just so that we can get all of the stuff that I want to get out on this video. My notes are right here. I'm actually now using my YouTube content planner, which I absolutely love. And if you have not purchased one of my YouTube content planners, go ahead and get you one of these, okay? You better get you one of these because I do have a little bit of inventory, and when this video goes live, the inventory should be available for you to purchase at this point. But anyways, this is what I'm going to be looking at my notes on. So let's start with 2023 highlights. The very first thing that I want to talk about is in 2023, I did go ahead and relaunch my coaching business. So this was closer to quarter one, quarter two. I started doing one-on-one coaching again. And this went from the previous year in October of 2022. I actually closed down my photography business. So like for good this time. Because I've said that a lot and then it always kind of came back. But no, for real, I completely shut down my photography business and I was like, you know what? I love coaching. This is really what I want to do. Let me step back into it. So I did step back into coaching, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. And I also made the decision to fully commit to YouTube the second half of 2023. So I fully made the decision to recommit in June or July-ish. And that's when I really started posting a lot more content on YouTube. That's when I really started seeing growth. And I have multiple videos on this channel talking about the growth on my channel after I committed to my YouTube channel. So those two things alone were very big highlights for 2023. One, because in coaching, I realized that I didn't want to be a coach again. I did not enjoy coaching like on a one-on-one container because I learned that I am really attached to people's outcome and I am a go-getter. So when I work with people who I find are not go-getters, it really just bothers me because I want to see people be successful. And when they're not implementing the things that I am telling them to do or the strategy that we're coming up with together, it just really makes me feel some type of way. So in short, I decided that instead of me doing the one-to-one coaching model, I switched to doing a one-to-many model where I will be focusing on doing speaking engagements. I will be focusing on doing like group containers of stuff, also eventually doing a membership. And then that's what made me kind of make the decision to pursue YouTube, because I was like, oh, well, if I'm doing a one-to-many model, I can have my YouTube channel be like my main source of casting my net and bringing people in to what it is that I'm offering. So that's why around that time when I decided to stop coaching, I started back with committing to my YouTube channel. And then the last thing I want to talk about as a highlight is that I launched brand planners again. So technically brand planners never went anywhere, but I just stopped talking about it. Like I stopped selling my planners. I took them off the market and I was literally just selling them either in person, like at events, or I was adding them as a bonus to anyone that booked me for like coaching or something like that. But I officially relaunched my planner company with the YouTube content planners and the podcast content planners. And this was recent. This was like in December. So I feel really, really good about that because moving into 2024, I'm going to really, really, really prioritize growing brand planners as a company. So I really, really look forward to that. Another bonus highlight that I want to mention before I move on to the next thing is that I did my first in-person speaking engagement. And this happened, I want to say at the beginning of 2023, and I almost completely forgot about it, but no, I'm going to give me my flowers. I did my first speaking engagement and I did really, really good. There was like some constructive criticism that I gave myself after I watched it because I recorded the entire thing. But overall, that was like a check on my list of things to do. And moving into 2024, I plan on doing a lot more speaking engagements. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit more. So now let's talk about the truth about 2023 because I'm sharing the highlights right now. A lot of the times when you see these type of videos, you'll see like, oh, these people made all these accomplishments and they were able to do all this and do all of that. And I want to talk about the real side as well because it was some very low moments in 2023. And the way 2023 started off, like the first 6 months of the year, I thought the entire year was going to be shit. Like that, if I'm just being completely honest, I thought that this year was a complete bust and we was gonna have to start again in 2024. And it actually turned around, but the first half of the year, I was drowning. The easiest way to explain it is that I literally felt like I was drowning emotionally. I was going through a lot of emotional turmoil. I had a lot of different financial issues that came up because I decided to stop my coaching business, and that cut off all of the revenue that I had. And that was really like a learning lesson because I knew it was going to cut off the revenue source that I had. But at the same time, it hit a little harder than I wanted it to hit. Like the bills was billing. And the revenue was not revenuing, you know? So that ended up causing me to get a job. And I didn't talk about it before, but I do kind of want to share it now because, again, this is documentation for me. I got to a place in my business where I was really considering ending being an entrepreneur. I was really, I don't want to say depressed, but I was in a very dark place when it came to entrepreneurship. And I just started throwing myself a pity party like, dang, why is this so hard? And anybody that's watching this that's in entrepreneurship, you understand that you have really good months. And then sometimes you have really bad months. And those bad months will have you on Indeed. Like, let me go find me a job. And there were multiple times last year where I was like, dang, do I need to give me a full-time job? Like, do I need to hang this up? And then I was in a situation where I had coaching clients. So I'm like, dang, I have these obligations to my clients. So I really can't get a job until after I finish with this person. And then I would get another client. So then that would buy me like 3 more months. But at the same time, it was just one of those situations where it was a catch-22. Like, dang, if I continue doing coaching, then I'm not going to be able to get a job because I have the obligations. But then if I cut off the coaching offers, then I'm going to have to get a job. So what is it going to look like in the job market and how long is it going to take? And so all of those things just had me in a place where I was like, dang, it shouldn't be this hard. You know, I have 2 boys, I have kids, they're homeschooled, and I'm like, I'm ready for us to experience life. I'm ready for us to go on vacations. I'm ready for us to do all these other things. And I feel that I have sacrificed, as well as my family, we have all sacrificed living life, as I call it, for me to pursue entrepreneurship. I'm just being real with y'all right now. Like this is stuff that I only talk to like my close friends about, but y'all my friends, okay? So I had to make a decision, and I got a job, my very first full-time job. I have never had a full-time job before. I've only either had a part-time job while I was pursuing my business, or I was full-time in my business. And this time I was like, nah, I'm gonna get me a job. I got me a job. It was work from home, and that didn't last that long. It lasted a good 3 months. And I just realized that this was not a good fit. That was not a good fit for me. That was not the type of lifestyle that I desire. That job specifically did not serve me. I was finding myself depressed, dealing with anxiety, and I have a video on like me quitting my job. I'll link it over here somewhere, but I literally did a video on me quitting my job, and I'll go into more detail about that. But I had to make the decision, like, you have to choose your hard. Entrepreneurship is hard. Working for someone is hard. I am unemployable, and I know this. I've always known this. And I just say that because, like, literally mindset. Like, I'm sitting here like, dang, I could be making, this type of money doing this. And I'm sitting here, gotta ask you for a day off because I don't feel good. I just don't, I'm unemployable. So I made the decision. I was like, you gotta choose your heart. You're going all the way in on YouTube right now. And my YouTube channel was actually starting to take off. And I was like, oh, if I could just really utilize this momentum, build up my channel, fully pursue YouTube and my business, I can really see a difference in my business and the revenue, And so I made my choice. And I left the job, and I've been doing entrepreneurship ever since. I want to say I quit in September, October. I can't really remember now. I'm trying to remember. I got the job in July, I want to say, and I was out of there by October. I was out. So I made the decision to choose entrepreneurship, but this time around, I realized when I was working 40 hours a week and I was so tired, and it was mentally draining, And I was still getting stuff done in my business. I was still getting my videos out. It was rough at first, but I was like, girl, if you can give a job 40 hours of your day and still be as productive as you've been in your business, if you could give your business 40 hours a week, I think I said 40 hours a day early. I ain't even finna go back and cut that out, but if you could give your job 40 hours a week and still be as productive in your business as you have been, you can give your business 40 hours a week and you should be able to, you should be doing really, really good. So that's what I've been doing so far. The second half of the year was better. When I was working, the check was checking. Okay. It felt really, really good to get a bi-weekly check and not have to worry about bills, not have to worry about robbing Peter to pay Paul and all the other stuff. Like, all my bills were paid. I was building up my savings account. Like, everything was going great. So the second half of the year started doing really, really well. I also started growing my YouTube channel the second half of the year. I wanted to hit 1,000 YouTube subscribers, and I have hit that goal, which I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. But I was able to hit that goal on this channel, and I'm like this close to being monetized. I'm this close to watch hours, okay? The watch hours. But this half of the year, I feel a lot more focused. I feel a lot more committed. I feel a lot more confident in my abilities and in my business. And I feel like that everything that happened this year had to happen for me to recommit fully to my business, for me to really know what's important. Because at the end of the day, if you are a business owner pursuing a business that you don't like, it feels like a job. That's the whole reason I quit doing photography, because even though I was really good at it, I didn't enjoy doing it. And what's the point of being an entrepreneur if you entrepreneuring in the areas that you don't want to be doing, So I've also been getting clients off of YouTube, and that was one of the biggest things I wanted to pivot into being able to do, because before, Facebook was my primary platform. And don't get me wrong, I love my Facebook and I still use Facebook primarily, but I want to be able to book clients without having to do sales calls. I want to be able to generate revenue more passively. And so I have been building out my business model now to be the type of business that I want. And I really, really enjoy that. So let's go to the Q4 recap and the accomplishments. Let me actually pull it out. All right, so for Q4, I had a couple of goals. So the first goal was to hit 2,000 YouTube subscribers. The sub goal to that was originally to hit 1,000, because at the time I hadn't hit 1,000 subscribers yet. I did hit 1,000. I have not hit 2,000 yet. And I told you guys, I was like, you know what? I feel very confident that I'm going to hit 2,000 this month or this quarter. And I honestly feel like I would have hit it. But the holidays, y'all, the holidays took me out. We had Thanksgiving, and then we had these Christmas, and now we're like in New Year's, but I missed a couple of uploads, and I actually need to see how many videos officially I uploaded for Q4, because the second goal was for me to upload at least 20 videos, and I think that was doing like 3 a week or something like that. So I want to see if I hit that goal. Let's see, 2021, 22, 23. So I definitely hit that goal. I uploaded 23 YouTube videos this quarter, so I surpassed my goal. So that's really, really good. What else did I have? Another goal that I had was to launch the YouTube content planner and launch the podcast content planner. And I was able to launch both of those. I did pre-orders for the very first time in December. I didn't hit my sales goal for my pre-orders, but I did get halfway there. So I'm satisfied with that. I'll take that. I didn't even do a really hard launch. And I did that intentionally because when I did my quote unquote hard launch the first time around, it didn't really do that well. And I feel that I was all over the place and I had way too many planners the first time around. So this time, the purpose of my planners is for me looking in the long game. Like, I'm looking in the long term. And so it wasn't just about the pre-orders. The purpose of my pre-orders was for me to get enough revenue for me to get a little bit of inventory. And I've learned my lesson from the last time not to purchase too much inventory at the beginning. Another thing that I learned too, which I'm so glad that I took my time on, getting a lot of inventory, is just making sure that you don't find any errors in your planners. I had to get 4 samples of my YouTube content planner because each time I found something else. And that was annoying, but I was able to fully get them both launched on time. I think I was like a day or 2 off, which that was fine, but I was able to get those launched, and now I have a little bit of inventory moving into January. And the last goal was for me to get monetized in Q4. Unfortunately, it's not looking like I'm gonna be monetized, but I definitely feel like I'm gonna be monetized by January. I feel that if I would have been able to upload those additional videos that I missed out on, then I may have been a lot closer to getting monetized. I mean, you just never know. But I am a little over 2,000, I want to say like maybe 2,500 watch hours right now. So I still got some work to do, but it's still going really, really quickly, and my subscriber count is going up really, really fast. So now let's talk about 2024. What are my goals for 2024? I actually wrote these down last night, and I really enjoyed doing this because for one of the first times, even though they're scary, they are obtainable. And that's what I really like about my goals for 2024. I've learned to stop doing like a whole year business plan because things change so rapidly throughout the year. So now I just have like certain focuses that I want to make sure I do, and I plan by quarter. So let's go over my 2024 goals. I'm not going to share all of them because some of them are a little personal, but I'm going to share the ones that I feel are very beneficial to share publicly on here for documentation. One of the big goals that I have for my personal goals is to update my wardrobe. I neglect updating my wardrobe. I don't buy myself stuff like that, and I struggle with that. So that is something that I need to do because I've noticed I've gotten to the point now where on my videos and when I'm about to record content, I'm like, dang man, I'm running out of outfits. Y'all done see me in this. And then all of my good little pink outfits, and I'm very strategic about what I wear on my YouTube videos. I love pink, if you haven't noticed by now, and so I try to keep what I have on in pink attire of some sort, and I only have a couple of pink outfits, so I need to update my wardrobe specifically for my YouTube content and just for when I start doing my speaking engagements and things like that, just to be able to have a variety of things to choose from that I'm going to be wearing. My other personal goals, I'm going to keep those to myself. But for my top business goals, I want to hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. That one is going to be front and center all year long. I want to hit 100,000 subscribers. I also want to generate at least 10,000 plus a month consistently in my business. That's like my minimum goal at this point. I really have another number that I want to eventually generate per month, but baby steps, okay? Because I could be very ambitious and very optimistic. So I feel that I should be able to generate, after everything is set up, $10,000 or more per month in business revenue consistently. Not one time, I mean every month. That's when I consider that I have hit that goal. And then my third business goal is for me to sell 1,000 physical planners. So that is whether it is the YouTube planner or the podcast planner. I want to sell a total of 1,000. And I came up with that number based on the breakdown of how many I want to sell per quarter. And I feel very good about doing that based on the numbers that I'm projecting. So like if I can hit 100,000 YouTube subscribers, I better be done sold 1,000 physical planners on my brand planners, okay? I'm creating my goals based on the numbers that I'm projecting for next year. Another top goal that I want to do for family is to go on a family cruise. We've never been on a family cruise before. We've never been on a cruise. And so that's one of the very big things that I want to do. And then I have some other family goals. The main one that I'll share for that is I want us to get married. So me and Michael, we've been engaged for a couple years now. And the reason why we haven't gotten married is because we just have not been able to prioritize planning a wedding, because a wedding costs money. And if you didn't hear me what I said at the beginning of this video, you know, we had other things that we needed to work on. So the wedding, the goal is for us to get married next year. We already have a date set. Don't know if we're going to hit that date, but we definitely want to seal the deal next year. So that's another big goal. And before I hop into my Q1 goals, I do want to acknowledge the fact that I created my very first vision board, and it looks so good. I am so excited about this vision board. I have 3 different sections of my vision board, and as you can see, I broke it down into 3 different spots. I hung it up above my desk because I want to be able to see it every single day when I'm working on my business, and I absolutely love the fact that I put it up here. And I actually have a YouTube video on me showing how I did this vision board. I don't know if I'm posting that video first or if this video is going up first, but whenever it is available, I will link it here so that you can watch that when you get the opportunity. I have one vision board for my business and money specifically. I have my main vision board, which is like for personal, and then I have my travel business board, or my travel vision board specifically for what I want for me and my family. And I love it. I see why so many people love creating vision boards for their personal goals or their business goals, because this has lit a fire up under me. And I love that. Addition that I'm going to do with my vision board is I'm going to actually create an additional board that's empty. And that board is going to be the board that I put the pictures of me accomplishing these goals. So the moment I start accomplishing these goals, I'm going to start putting those pictures up there. Make sure I take a picture of me accomplishing it and then showcasing that. The last thing, let's talk about my Q1 goals. So for Q1, I want to get monetized. There should be no reason why I'm not monetized by the end of January. For real. Like, I should be monetized by January. I'm already halfway there. And based on the type of videos that I'm going to be creating for January, I feel very confident that I should be approved in January for monetization. And then also, I'm going to be growing my email list. So that is one of the things that I kind of dipped my toe in and out of with email marketing. I think that I would do really, really good at email marketing if I actually focused on pursuing it and actually being consistent with it. But I personally don't read emails, so I think I put the fact that I don't read emails on everybody else. And apparently the money is in the emails, like in the email marketing. And I really need to pursue that. The amount of stuff that I write on a daily basis, like, I have the emails in me. I just need to sit down and actually do it. So I'm going to be working on growing my email list for me to have my own way of reaching out to my audience outside of YouTube, outside of social media, because I have a lot of different things that I want to be able to give my audience access to. And as of right now, I'm at the mercy of YouTube or Facebook or, you know, wherever they are. So grow my email list. And then my next goal for Q1 is to get 100 RSVPs to my events. The crazy thing, y'all, I recently announced that I was doing a virtual launch party for new YouTube creators and for new podcasters. And when I tell you it's sold out in less than 24 hours, I started off with 25 tickets. And I was like, okay, you know, I was even a little hesitant on it being so close because literally the virtual launch party is like next Saturday. So I'm like, I have 7 days to promote this event. Sold out in less than 24 hours. It wasn't even through half the day and the 25 tickets was gone. And I was like, okay, let me increase the amount of tickets. Because the thing is, even though 25 people RSVP to free stuff and then they don't show up. So I'm like, okay, I'll open the tickets amount up to like 50 people. Sold out in less than 24 hours. So I said all that to say I already hit half my goal of 100 RSVPs to an event. I'm definitely going to do another launch party. So if that's something that you're interested in, hopefully I will have it linked below for the new one. And if it is linked, get your ticket because it's probably going to sell out, because I had a lot of people reach out to me after it was sold out like, oh my God, it's sold out. Are you going to be doing another one? So I plan on doing a lot more events in Q1 and moving into this year. So definitely stay tuned for that. But when you see that I'm launching an event, I will say hop on it. Because if the rest of them do like what this one did, then you want to be in the room because it's going to be really good. So that's it. I feel like this video is really, really long, but I feel really good about 2024. I was supposed to share with you guys what my word for 2024 is. I don't know. I don't know what my word is. I keep coming up with phrases versus what my word is. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what my word for 2024 is, but do you have a word for 2024? And if you do, make sure you drop it in the comments below. I would love to know what your word for the year is. I normally have one by now, but it's just not coming to me. I think that honestly, I'm going to end up having a phrase for this year versus having like one word, but we'll see. But thank you so much. If you stuck it out to the end of this video, then thank you so much for continuing to watch me and be a part of this journey. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.